Now for his read and so much more in an exclusive interview is Cantor Fitzgerald Chairman Brandon Lutnick. He is at the Cantor Crypto and AI Energy Infrastructure Conference in Miami. And Brandon, it's great to have you on. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So a multi-day conference. You're basically sitting at the intersection of cryptocurrencies and AI infrastructure and energy and everything it's going to take to build out all of this compute. What are your takeaways from the conference? From your clients that use Cantor as an investment bank, as we do have this debate here more broadly about what we're seeing in AI build-out and worries about spending?
I mean, the energy here is amazing. You have Paolo Arduino from Tether, SEC Chairman Atkins, Majority House Whip Tom Emmer, Michael Saylor, the Winklevi, Sarah Fryer from OpenAI. I mean, the energy here is amazing. So from sitting at this conference, what I could say is I'm bullish. It's just the real fact of it. I love what's happening in this country. And the energy on this floor is amazing. I mean, I don't know how much you can see behind me, but we have incredible thought leaders, and I'm just lucky and fortunate to be at the heart of it.
So you're not concerned about how much spending is going into AI and whether there's a bubble inflating?
You know, it's hard for me to comment on that, but the only thing I know is that I would not bet against the AI sector. I wouldn't get a bet against Jensen. These guys are the smartest minds in the world, and everyone knows that AI is going to change the world that we live in. It's just a matter of when and how. So for me, as the investment banker and the chairman of Cantor Fitzgerald, my job is to help support great people and great companies, and I would not bet against them.
Yeah. You've also leaned in hard to SPACS, and that's actually been the case for Cantor for a number of years now. I mean, some folks have pointed to that as a sign of frothiness, the fact that those are gaining in popularity again. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond by saying the IPO market's been shut, and I think that's really the defining factor of SPACs. Cantor was the #1 SPAC underwriter before the boom in 2021. During the boom we stayed, and then when everyone ran away from the sector, we stayed committed to it. And I think SPACs are an incredible, tool for the market. It allows quick access and allows younger companies to get to the market quickly. I mean, you've seen that with DATs, digital asset treasuries. 21 Capital was one that my first big deal at Cantor. And it was really, everything that defines Cantor to me, which is, a commitment to SPACs and a commitment to crypto. Two sectors that Cantor, because we're private, because we really, commit to spaces we have conviction in. It really brought that together when we launched, the third largest Bitcoin treasury ever in 21 Capital.
I mean, the synergies between cryptocurrencies and AI are really fascinating to me. Case in point, the name of your conference. And we're going to be talking to one of these Bitcoin miners that's converting over to AI data centers a little bit later in the show, Riot. But you also make the case that stablecoins are part of the AI thesis. How?
Stablecoins have to be part of the AI thesis. I mean, I've learned this from Paolo Arduino from Tether himself, but could you imagine what it means for AI agents to pay AI agents autonomously? That's what stablecoins will hypothetically allow for autonomous transactions. I mean, the imaginary future, the goal would be, in my opinion, that AI agents are everywhere. They better our lives, they make our lives more efficient, more simple, and they will be able to pay for it themselves. Imagine, your Tesla goes to get charged, and while you're at work and it's driving as your personal taxi where it's making you money, and it needs to get charged. You're not there to pay the money for the battery. So your AI agent, your Tesla pays the gas station AI agent using stablecoins, using USDT, using USAT, and even USDC. And it will allow for autonomous payments. And again, I think more than that, stablecoins are brilliant because of what they do for the US dollar around the globe. In terms of dollar hegemony and letting the U.S. dollar be the reserve currency on the globe. So, Paolo taught me that himself, and I think he's right on the nose.
Yeah, and of course, Cantor is a major investor in Tether and sort of the most prominent banker for Tether, which is what you're hinting at there, too. I think all of this sort of speaks to this growing intersection between investment, money, and we'll say technology innovation, and increasingly policy. And of course, your dad is the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, as well. So I just want to get your thoughts on how these worlds are converging and how the policy coming out of Washington is unlocking the potential for some of these new industries.
I think we're very lucky to have an administration that cares about this country. You know, it's more than just the administration, though. It's our senators and representatives as well. You talked about the Genius Act passing. You know, these are a group of people that really care about the country and keeping America great. And passing legislation to keep America at the forefront of AI and the forefront of digital. And to me, you know, at Cantor, those are two spaces we want to be helpful in, we want to be a part of. You know, my job, again, is to help great people, great companies accomplish their goals, whether it's raising money, get public, you know, whatever it is. So I just think the way I see it is we're incredibly lucky to have a group that we do, and it's a very exciting time to be in America.